All right, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling that Motor Vehicles Specialized Seller Interview.
And we've got the inside scoop from RoleCatcher. Think career guides, interview prep, the whole shebang.
No more showing up unprepared.
Exactly. We'll break down what the role really entails, those tricky questions, and even how RoleCatcher's AI can help you fine-tune your answers.
So first things first, what exactly does a Motor Vehicles Specialized Seller do?
It's more than just selling cars.
Right. I figured there had to be more to it.
It's a specialist role. Think niche expert.
Okay, I like that.
You're in a shop that caters to a specific type of vehicle or buyer.
So vintage sports cars, rugged off-roaders, that kind of thing.
You got it. You need deep product knowledge, but you also got to understand the unique customer who's drawn to them.
Matching people with their automotive soulmates.
Exactly.
But what's the work environment actually like in one of these shops?
It can be fast-paced, definitely. You'll be on your feet a lot, interacting with customers.
Lots of energy.
Oh, yeah. And potentially some high-pressure sales targets.
So passion is a must. Speaking of which, RoleCatcher's interview guide has 10 sample questions. Let's jump into the first one. How did you become interested in selling motor vehicles?
This is where they're looking for that spark. Think back to what ignited your love for this world.
Was it a specific car? A childhood memory?
Maybe you thrive on connecting people with their dream rides.
Show that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
All right, what about question number 2? What do you think are the most important qualities for a motor vehicle salesperson?
This is a tricky one. They're testing your understanding of the role.
So it's more than just being a smooth talker.
Way more. Highlight things like active listening, building rapport, deep industry knowledge is key too.
And resilience.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. This is sales, after all. RoleCatcher's Career Guide also emphasized staying up to date on industry trends, which seems even more crucial in a specialized niche, right?
Oh, absolutely. And question number 4 in the interview guide actually hits on this directly. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in the motor vehicle industry?
So how do you answer that?
Be ready to showcase your commitment to continuous learning.
Like what?
Mention publications you follow, blogs, forums.
Conferences you've attended.
The more specialized, the better.
Got it. It's not just about loving cars, it's about being a student of the game. Now, question number 5 is one we all dread. How do you handle difficult customers or situations?
Because they do happen.
All the time.
This is where you demonstrate professionalism.
Stay calm.
Yep. Listen to their concerns, try to find a solution.
So de-escalate and turn a negative experience into a positive one.
Exactly. Show them you can handle the heat.
I'm starting to see how RoleCatcher's AI can be helpful here, tailoring answers to what hiring managers are looking for.
It's pretty amazing. You plug in the job description, and the AI analyzes it, picking out those keywords, the skills they want.
So it's like having a secret weapon.
Exactly. It helps you fine-tune your responses, make sure you're speaking their language, hitting those key points.
Okay, let's tackle question number 6. How do you prioritize your sales targets and goals?
This is about strategy.
So how do you break down those big goals?
Right, into manageable steps. Do you focus on certain types of leads? Be specific. Give them examples.
Work smarter, not just harder. Okay, question number 7 is a tough one. How do you handle rejection or failure in sales?
Rejection. Part of the game, right?
You can't win them all.
They want to see resilience.
You can learn from setbacks and come back stronger.
Exactly. Share an example of a time you didn't close a deal but learned a valuable lesson.
Turn those no's into opportunities for growth. Now this leads into question number 8. How do you approach negotiating with a customer?
Negotiation is about finding that win-win solution.
Everyone walks away happy.
Exactly. Understand their perspective, articulate the value of the vehicle.
And be flexible.
Yes. Offer alternative options if needed.
This brings us to question number 9. What strategies do you use to close a sale?
This is where those persuasive skills come in.
Any insider tips?
Think about how you create a sense of urgency. Without being pushy, of course.
Right. Got to find that balance.
Do you highlight the rarity of a particular model? Maybe offer additional perks?
Okay, so it's all about guiding them towards that yes moment.
Yeah.
Now, question number 10. How do you manage your time effectively in a sales role? This feels crucial in such a fast-paced environment.
Oh, it's essential. They want to see organization, prioritization.
Calendars, to-do lists.
Maybe even CRM software. Share your strategies, show them you've got a system.
Now, I love that RoleCatcher not only provides these sample questions, but also lets you practice your answers.
With video recording and AI feedback.
It's like having a mock interview with a coach who can analyze every word, every pause.
Exactly. It can even flag filler words or nervous habits you might not notice.
Talk about a confidence boost.
That's the goal.
All right, we've covered those 10 crucial questions. Now let's shift gears and talk about some of the unique challenges and rewards that come with being a motor vehicles specialized seller.
Because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Every job has its ups and downs.
Exactly. But before we get into the specifics, I'm curious, RoleCatcher's career guide mentioned this role can have high earning potential, especially with commission-based income. Have you seen that in your experience?
Absolutely. The more you sell, the more you earn. And if you're truly passionate about what you're selling, it doesn't even feel like work.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic, there are downsides to every job. What are some of the challenges that come with this role?
Well, like any sales position, you'll face rejection.
Right, not every customer will be the right fit.
Exactly. And you got to be okay with that. Plus, staying on top of industry trends, that can be a lot of work, especially in a specialized niche where things are constantly changing.
But those challenges are balanced by the rewards, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just imagine, surrounded by incredible vehicles all day. That's a pretty sweet perk. Plus, you get to connect with people who share your passion.
It's like building a community.
Okay, so let's talk about those niche-specific challenges and rewards. Because selling vintage sports cars is going to be very different from selling, say, rugged off-road vehicles.
Oh, absolutely. What kind of shop are you picturing yourself in? Let's dive into some examples.
Okay, I like where this is going. Let's get specific.
So let's say you're interviewing at a shop specializing in vintage sports cars.
Ooh, I like that. I can already picture those classic beauties, all gleaming chrome and roaring engines.
Right. Now think about the kind of customer who walks into that shop. They're not just looking for a car. They're passionate about automotive history, performance.
Craftsmanship.
Exactly. They might even have some mechanical knowledge themselves.
So how does that affect the interview? Would they be asking more technical questions?
Definitely. They want to see you're not just a salesperson, you're a knowledgeable enthusiast.
So I need to brush up on my vintage sports car trivia.
It wouldn't hurt. They might ask about specific models, their history.
Even the restoration process.
It's all fair game. But beyond the technical stuff, think about the sales process itself. These vehicles are often high-ticket items.
And the sales cycle can be longer.
Exactly. You need to be patient, build rapport, be comfortable discussing things like provenance and authenticity.
So it's more about building a relationship, less about a quick sale.
Exactly. And remember, those specialized questions might not be explicitly listed in RoleCatcher's interview guide,
Right.
but you can use the guide's sample questions as a springboard.
To think about those niche-specific scenarios.
Precisely. Now let's shift gears. Imagine you're interviewing at a shop specializing in rugged off-road vehicles.
Okay, totally different vibe. I'm picturing someone adventurous, outdoorsy, maybe even a bit of a gearhead.
Exactly. The customer in this niche is looking for durability, performance, and customization options.
They want a vehicle that can handle anything they throw at it.
Right. So how does that translate to potential interview questions? Do you think they'd be looking for someone who's actually experienced in off-roading?
It would make sense.
It definitely helps. They might ask you about different terrain types, vehicle modifications, or even your own off-roading adventures.
To see if I can walk the walk.
They want to know you understand their world, you can speak their language.
Okay, so even if I haven't climbed Mount Everest in a 4x4, I should at least be familiar with the terminology, the culture.
Exactly. And remember, even if you don't have direct experience, you can always showcase your enthusiasm for learning.
Like I've been reading up on off-roading techniques or researching different builds.
Show them you're eager to dive in.
I'm getting the picture. Now, let's say I've aced the interview, landed the job. What are some additional insights from RoleCatcher's career guide that might be helpful as I embark on this new career?
One thing that really stood out to me was the emphasis on building a personal brand.
A personal brand as a car salesperson.
In today's market, especially in a specialized niche, it's not enough to just be a salesperson.
You need to be more.
You need to be a thought leader, trusted advisor.
Okay, interesting. So how do I build a personal brand in this context? What would that even look like?
Think about showcasing your expertise. Maybe you start a blog or a social media channel where you share your knowledge.
About vintage sports cars or off-road vehicles.
Exactly. You could write articles, create videos.
Even host online Q&A sessions.
It's all about going beyond the sales floor, positioning yourself as an expert in that niche, And don't forget about networking.
Right, making those connections.
Attend industry events, connect with other enthusiasts, build relationships with mechanics, restorers, other professionals.
So it's about becoming a part of that community, both online and offline.
Exactly. Now let's circle back to RoleCatcher for a moment. We talked about how its AI can help tailor interview answers, but it also provides feedback on your delivery.
Oh, right.
You can record yourself answering those sample interview questions.
And RoleCatcher analyzes it.
Your tone, pacing, even your body language.
Wow, it's like having a virtual coach who can point out those subtle cues that might be holding you back.
It can even flag filler words or nervous habits you might not even be aware of.
That's so helpful. I can definitely see how that kind of feedback would boost my confidence going into the actual interview.
It's all about making sure you're putting your best foot forward. Now, let's talk about something that often comes up in sales interviews: handling objections.
Oh, yeah.
We touched on this briefly earlier, but I'd love to dive a bit deeper. Customers might have concerns about price, availability.
Or even the reputation of a particular model.
Exactly. So how do you prepare for those tough questions?
I definitely don't want to come across as defensive or argumentative.
The key is to listen carefully, acknowledge their concerns, and respond with empathy and logic. Let's say a customer is hesitant about the price of a vintage sports car.
Okay, that's a common one. How would you approach that?
Instead of getting defensive, acknowledge their concern. You could say something like, "I understand that this is a significant investment."
Okay, I see.
Then, shift the focus to the value proposition. Highlight the car's rarity, its historical significance, or even its potential for appreciation.
Reframing the conversation, focusing on the unique benefits that justify the price.
Exactly. You're not just selling a car, you're selling a dream and experience.
That's a great point. Now, let's say a customer is worried about the reliability of a particular off-road vehicle.
Okay, good one.
How would you handle that objection?
Again, acknowledge their concern and then address it with facts, evidence. I understand your concern about reliability, you might say, especially for off-roading. However, this model has a proven track record.
Durability, performance.
Right. You're backing up your claims, reassuring them their concerns are valid but unfounded.
Got it. Don't be afraid to bring in testimonials from other satisfied customers too, right?
Absolutely. Or even share your own personal experiences with the vehicle, if applicable.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what happens if a customer comes in with a very specific request? Maybe they're looking for a rare model or feature that you don't currently have in stock. Especially in a specialized shop, this seems like it could be tricky.
This is where your resourcefulness comes in, your networking skills. You need to become a detective.
A problem solver.
Exactly. First, I'd make sure I understand the customer's needs perfectly. What exactly are they looking for?
What are those must-haves?
Right. Then I'd tap into my network, other dealers, collectors, restoration specialists, see if anyone has the vehicle or knows where to find it.
It's about going the extra mile.
And even if you can't find the exact vehicle, you can offer alternatives.
Or discuss sourcing a similar vehicle in the future?
Exactly. Keep that conversation going. Demonstrate your commitment. And don't underestimate honesty.
Transparency.
If you're upfront about the challenges, they'll appreciate your honesty and effort.
Okay, I'm getting it. Now, let's talk about negotiating the price. We've touched on this, but any additional tips specifically for a specialized shop?
It can be a delicate dance. You want to make the sale, but you also understand these vehicles often hold a special value for the customer.
So how do you find that sweet spot where both parties feel like they're getting a fair deal?
One key is to focus on the value proposition. Highlight the unique features, the benefits, historical significance, rarity, potential for appreciation.
So justify the price by showcasing its worth beyond the sticker number.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to get creative with your offers. Maybe you throw in a complimentary service package.
A discount on accessories.
Even a membership to a car club. Sweeten the deal, make it feel like more than just a transaction.
Now, on the flip side, how do you handle rejection gracefully? Because let's be real, not every customer is going to say yes.
It's true. Rejection's part of the game, but it's how you handle it that makes the difference.
So turn a no into a potential yes down the road.
First, never take it personally. The customer's decision might have nothing to do with you or your salesmanship.
They might have other priorities, budget constraints.
Right. Maybe they just found a vehicle that better suits their needs. But a no today doesn't have to be a no forever. Stay in touch. Nurture that relationship.
Keep them in the loop about new arrivals.
Exactly. Special offers. It's all about playing the long game.
Building that network.
And even if a customer doesn't buy from you right away, They might refer their friends, family members.
So every interaction is an opportunity.
Precisely. Okay, now let's talk about something super important, staying motivated, even when things get tough.
Well, that's a good one. It's easy to get discouraged, especially in sales.
It is. So how do you recharge your batteries?
Yeah.
Stay connected to that passion. What inspires you? What energizes you?
Well, I love reading about automotive history, watching documentaries, even just browsing online forums, seeing people's passion.
Perfect. Make time for those things, even just a few minutes each day. It helps you stay connected.
Fuel that enthusiasm.
Also, set realistic goals.
And celebrate those wins.
No matter how small. Maybe you close a big deal, or maybe you just had a great conversation with a customer who shares your passion. Acknowledge those moments. Let them fuel your drive.
Don't forget the power of positive self-talk, too.
Well,
Wow.
absolutely. When you're feeling down, remind yourself of your strengths, your accomplishments, and your commitment to this career.
Be your own cheerleader.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to reach out to colleagues, mentors, even friends and family. Surround yourself with people who believe in you.
That support system is so important. Okay, shifting gears again. Let's talk about professional development. How do you keep growing, evolving in this role?
Continuous learning is key. This industry is constantly changing, so you need to stay ahead of the curve.
So conferences, online courses, trade publications.
Exactly. Even shadowing other professionals. Treat your career as a journey, not a destination.
And don't be afraid to aim high.
Absolutely. Seek out those opportunities for advancement. Specialize in a certain type of vehicle, transition into management, even start your own business someday.
And RoleCatcher can help with all of that.
It's a valuable resource throughout your career journey. Networking, career planning, even exploring different paths. It's not just about landing the first job, it's about building a fulfilling, successful career.
Wow, I'm really impressed. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about something that's becoming increasingly relevant in the automotive world, the rise of electric vehicles.
It's a game changer. They're becoming more popular, more accessible, and it's definitely having an impact on the way we think about transportation.
So how does this trend affect the role of a motor vehicles specialized seller?
It creates both challenges and opportunities. You need to stay up to date on the latest EV tech, the different models, be able to answer customer questions.
About things like range, charging, battery life.
It's a whole new world, but it also opens up exciting new possibilities. Electric vehicles are attracting a new generation of car buyers.
We're passionate about sustainability, tech, performance.
Exactly. Tap into that new market. And don't underestimate storytelling. Share your own experiences. Highlight the benefits, those innovative features.
Paint a picture of a more sustainable and exciting future.
Right. The industry's constantly evolving. Embrace the change. Stay curious. Never stop learning.
Okay, words to live by. I'm feeling inspired and ready to tackle this interview. Now let's move on to the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore some additional resources, tips for landing that dream job.
Let's do it. I think you'll be amazed by how much RoleCatcher can help you refine your job search and interview strategy.
I'm ready to be amazed.
Yeah.
What are some of the features that stand out to you?
One of my favorites is the Get Discovered feature. You create a profile, highlight your skills, experience, and then employers who are looking for someone just like you can actually find you.
Wait, so instead of me chasing jobs, the jobs come to me?
Exactly. It's like having a personal recruiter working behind the scenes to connect you with the right opportunities.
That's incredible. What other features do you think would be helpful?
Well, RoleCatcher also has a fantastic resume and cover letter builder.
Oh, nice.
It helps you create compelling documents that highlight your most relevant skills, tailored for each specific job.
So no more generic resumes that get lost in the black hole of online applications.
Exactly. And it gives you personalized feedback, suggests improvements, highlights potential red flags.
It's like having a professional editor on call 24/7. What about networking? That's a crucial part of any job search, but it can be so daunting.
I hear you. But RoleCatcher actually makes it a breeze. It helps you import and organize your contacts, track your interactions, schedule follow-ups, even identify potential connections within your existing network.
So it's like having a personal CRM for my career.
Exactly.
I'm seeing how this could be a valuable tool, not just for this job, but for my whole career.
It even has resources for career planning, exploring different paths, identifying training programs.
This is way more than just an interview prep tool. It's like a complete career toolkit.
And it's all powered by AI, so it's constantly learning and evolving.
Okay, I'm sold. Where can I find out more?
Just visit their website at website address. They offer a free trial, so you can test drive all the features and see for yourself.
Perfect. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, before we wrap up, what's one thing you wish you knew when you were starting out in this field?
That's a great question. I think the most important thing is to never stop learning and growing. This industry is always evolving.
So you need to be adaptable, curious, willing to embrace those new challenges.
Exactly. It's not just about landing the job. It's about building a fulfilling, successful career that evolves with the times.
And don't be afraid to seek out mentors, connect with other professionals.
Absolutely. Expand your knowledge, your skill set.
That's such great advice. I'm feeling so inspired and ready to take on this challenge.
You've got this. You're passionate, you're knowledgeable, and you're ready to connect people with their automotive dreams.
Thank you so much for all the insights today. This has been an incredibly valuable deep dive.
My pleasure. I'm always happy to help aspiring automotive professionals.
And to our listener, thank you for joining us. Remember, RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon. Use these insights, practice those answers, and go into that interview with confidence. You got this. Until next time, keep diving deep.